Hello and welcome to daily news analysis of the Indian Express and the Hindu. So in this video, we will look at some of news items and editorials from our exam point of view, which would cover prelims and main syllabus. And then in the end, we will look at MCQs framed based on today's newspapers. Now, before moving forward, 7 sets under MCQ video series are already out, which are based on current affairs, PYQs, and covers your entire syllabus. So if you have not watched this series, then please go and watch it. I'll be uploading more videos under this series in coming days. Now let's start with today's news items. News item is related to international affairs. War a catalyst for expansion of new energy, IAEA chief. So recently, International Atomic Energy Agency chief has allayed concerns regarding proliferation of nuclear weapons amidst Russia-Ukraine conflict. So he has said that war is acting as a catalyst for deployment of nuclear power because the Eastern European nations are under fear of Russia, and that is why it may then lead to race to nuclear weapons. So in this regard, let us see a few facts about International Atomic Energy Agency. So it was established in 1957, and the objective of it was to look at the proliferation of nuclear technology and to control it and to use it in a peaceful manner. Its headquarters is located in Vienna, Austria. This agency works with various member states and multiple partners worldwide for peaceful use of nuclear technologies. And for its efforts, it was given Nobel Peace Prize in 2005. It is an independent international organization, but it submits its reports annually to United Nations General Assembly. Further, it reports to UNSC in regard to instances of non-compliance by members. So these facts are enough with respect to IAEA. Now moving forward, summit to focus on food energy security. So in coming days, the 2022 G20 summit is going to be held in Indonesia, where world leaders are going to meet there, including our Honorable Prime Minister. And in this meet, various issues related to food and energy security and post-COVID crisis related issues will be discussed. Now, this will be an opportunity for India to showcase its views and ideas, given India will hold 2023 presidency of G20. So in that regard, India will assume 1 year time period under which it will conduct all the subsequent meetings under the banner of G20. So let us see a few facts about G20. So G20 is a grouping of top 19 plus economic union. It was established in 1999 after Asian financial crisis in 1990s. It has no headquarters, no secretariat assistants, and that is why whoever country that is going to be holding the summit in the upcoming year will act as a secretariat and will compile all its function for the coming year. And further, it is a grouping where the common global issues are taken up by various leaders, and along with that, various world leaders meet on the sidelines to promote their bilateral relations as well. So currently 2022 summit will be in Indonesia, 2023 will be in India, and 2021 summit was held in Brazil. And all three member countries, 2021 president, 22 and 23 president, forms Trioca. It consists of three members. The member which held its presidency in preceding year 2021, that is Brazil, in current year 2022, that is Indonesia, and in upcoming year 2023, that is India. So these three countries form Trioca currently. Now moving forward, Now, this news item pertains to ninth schedule of Constitution. Now, before explaining this news item, let me tell you some fundamental terms which will come in this editorial. So, one is basic structure. So, basic structure term was first time came in picture under Keswanand Bharti case 1973. It means some of the fundamental features of our constitution which cannot be altered in any situation. For example, right to equality, federalism, secularism, primacy of judiciary, etc. are some of fundamental features of our constitution which comes under basic structure of our constitution, and these are regarded as basic structure from various judicial pronouncements. Now let us look at this news item. So recently, Jharkhand Assembly has passed two bills. One is to extend reservation up to 77% in government post, and other is to put a cutoff date of domicile requirement, that is 1932 year, and has asked center to put these two bills into under ninth schedule. And after putting these two bills in ninth schedule, these two bills will become operative. So what is ninth schedule? So ninth schedule basically contains central and state laws that cannot be challenged in courts. So any law which will be placed under this would be immune to challenge in courts except in certain circumstances. So this schedule was introduced by first Constitutional Amendment Act. And what was the objective behind it? Its objective was to put certain laws under this act which were becoming hurdle in moving forward with agrarian reforms. So this ninth schedule was came into picture in order to give effect to agrarian reforms and to abolish zamindari system. So that is why this was introduced along with Article 31A and 31B. Now, before 1973, there was blanket protection of laws that were placed in ninth schedule that they cannot be challenged. But in 2007, under IR Kolio versus State of Tamil Nadu case, 9 judge bench said that the laws placed under ninth schedule can be challenged if they violates basic structure of the constitution. The basic structure that I already explained to you, that some of the fundamental features which cannot be altered. So it said that since basic structure doctrine came for the first time in 1973, so after 1973, if any law that is violating basic structure would be held null and void, and if that law is not contradicting basic structure, then that can be placed under ninth schedule. So currently this 77% reservation violates Indira Sani judgment versus Union of India 1992 of breaching 50% limit in reservation. So that will be tested, and that is why Jharkhand Assembly wants that this should be placed in ninth schedule. So let us see the development in this regard, but keep these facts about ninth schedule in your mind from prelims point of view. Now moving forward, explosion on railway tracks in Udaipur, NIA investigates. So recently there has been an explosion on railway tracks in Udaipur, and NIA, that is our premier anti-terror agency, is looking to investigate into this matter. So let us see few facts about NIA. So it is a counter terrorism law enforcement agency in India, which was constituted in 2008 after Mumbai attacks. And it is a statutory body which was formed under NIA Act 2008. Further, it does not require special permission from states while investigating the terror-related charges, and it is given a written proclamation from Ministry of Home Affairs, and its headquarters is located in New Delhi. So keep these facts in mind. Now moving forward, this news item is related to judiciary. Former Chief Justice of India Lalit defends collegium system perfect the way it stands today. So former Chief Justice of India has supported the present collegium system to appoint the Supreme Court and High Court judges. There has been various concerns related to the transparency and accountability with respect to appointment of judges. So his views came in that regard. So let us see a few facts about collegium system from prelims point of view. So this collegium system is an outcome of various Supreme Court pronouncements, famously known as first judge's case, second judge's case, third judge's case, under which this collegium system comes into picture to give effect to Article 124(2), which says about appointment of Supreme Court judges by President after consultation with CJI. Now that consultation word was investigated or was further elaborated by Supreme Court under various judgments, and from here it came the word collegium, which says that the consultation will be with collegium and it consists of CJI plus 4 Supreme Court judges, which will then recommend names to President for appointment of Supreme Court judges and High Court judges, and then President will appoint those names. Now moving forward, this is a fact that can be used in medical education, that 100 new medical colleges will be set up in by 2027. This is according to latest proposal by Union Health Ministry. So it would give a boost to the number of doctors in our country and would certainly give a boost to medical education. So you can use this announcement to support the medical education in our nation. Now moving forward, the item is related to use of groundwater. So recently Ministry of Water Resources have made a report public about groundwater situation. So on positive side it says that the annual groundwater recharge is in better position as compared to previous years, and it has supported it with various data from previous year as well. But further on it says that this improvement in situation is marginal, very marginal, and it may be explained based on natural conditions and change in methodology that is adopted by our various states as well as Central Groundwater Board. So it says that the condition of India in groundwater is not good currently, and then goes on and says that the states can be divided into 3 categories, whereas in which the states such as Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and Western Uttar Pradesh, there is indiscriminate groundwater withdrawal leading to endangered blocks. Whereas in some other states such as Rajasthan and Gujarat, where there is arid climate, groundwater recharge itself is very limited. And third category of states are southern states, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, where due to inherent characteristic of water storing aquifers, groundwater availability is low. And that is why our condition with respect to groundwater is not good. Further, there is no central law governing the use of groundwater in various states as to regulation of groundwater and how much groundwater to be extracted. So in this regard, it says that our draft national water policy has recommended to shift in water governance from growing water guzzling crops which require large number of water such as sugarcane, rice, to environmentally sensitive and those crops which require lesser amount of water. Because water, though it is free, but we have equal responsibility in terms of effectively utilizing the precious resource, and we need to avoid the wasteful consumption of this precious resource. And last news item of the day is GM crops have been in the food system for years. It's time to embrace science-based agriculture for farmer rights. So this opinion is suggesting that we need to embrace the genetically modified crops in India as well, because the various other countries, here it has given 2 tables of various other countries which are growing genetically modified crops which have higher productivity, more outcome, more resilient and that can benefit the economy of nations. So highest genetically modified crop area is in USA, followed by Brazil, Argentina, Canada, and India. Only 11.9 million hectare is under genetically modified crops, and that is also under non-food crops, because India currently does not have any genetically modified food crop that is commercially cultivated. So recently, DMH11 GM mustard has been allowed for environmental release by government on recommendation of genetically engineering appraisal committee. So this opinion has argued that we need to also promote the genetically modified crops, as it will boost agricultural production, it will help in economic terms as well. So let us see a few facts about Genetical Engineering Appraisal Committee. So it functions under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and it is responsible for appraisal of various activities that involve hazardous microorganisms, release of genetically engineering organisms and product in the environments, such as genetically modified crops. And it is chaired by Special Secretary or Additional Secretary of Ministry of Environment and Forest Climate Change. So keep these facts in mind. So that's all for news item. Now let us move to MCQ part. So the first question is, which are correct statements about International Atomic Energy Agency? Statement 1, its headquarters is located in New York, USA. Statement 2, it was awarded Nobel Peace Prize for its work in 2005. And these are your options. Now you can pause this video for 5 to 10 seconds. Try to attempt this question and then listen to the explanation part. So as we have discussed that IAEA, its headquarters is located in Vienna, Austria. So first statement is wrong, and yes, it was awarded Nobel Peace Prize for its work in promoting peace in world. So B is right answer. Now moving forward, question 2, which are correct statements about G20? Statement 1, all G7 countries are members of it. Statement 2, India will host G20 summit in 2023 for the first time since its inception. So the first statement, yes, all G7 countries are part of it. So G7 is a smaller subset and larger subset is G20. So all G7 countries are part of it. So first is true, and yes, India will host G20 summit in 2023 for the first time. So both are correct. C is right answer. Moving forward, which are correct statements about ninth schedule? Statement 1, it was introduced in Constitution via 11th Constitutional Amendment Act. Statement 2, laws placed under it are beyond judicial review. Your options are 1 only, 2 only, both and none. So as we have discussed that ninth schedule was introduced via first Constitutional Amendment Act and not 11th. So first is wrong, and laws placed under it are beyond judicial review. It is also wrong because it is not absolute. The laws that violates basic structure would be null and void. So this is also wrong. So D is right answer. Moving forward, which are correct statements about NIA, National Investigation Agency? Statement 1, it is executive body established in 2008 after Mumbai attacks. Statement 2, it requires permission from states for investigating terror-related crimes. So as you discussed that NIA was established in 2008 after Mumbai attacks, but it is not an executive body. Rather, it is an statutory body under NIA Act 2008. And second statement, it does not require permission from states, unlike CBI, which requires specific consent when it comes to investigating state crimes. So both are wrong. D is right answer. And last question of the day is, which are correct statements about Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee? Statement 1, it functions under Ministry of Science and Technology. Second, it is chaired by ministry in charge of related ministry. And these are your options. So as we have discussed that GEAC functions under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. and not under Ministry of Science and Technology. And it is chaired by Deputy Secretary MOEFCC and not the minister. So both are wrong. D is right answer. So that's all for today. If you find this video helpful, then please like this video and subscribe this channel for daily current affair videos as well as MCQs for prelims 2023. Thank you.